Hello Wanderers, welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Hypatios of Krete. And here you can see our latest conquest. The Duchy of Athens is now within the grasp of House Argaeus. And although Athens itself is not, it is still currently held by Count Theodoros IV. That will potentially not last for too long. I suspect that we are going to try to fabricate a claim. I mean, we already are fabricating a claim to take Athens for us specifically, but we will potentially leave him with a county or something like that. He does have a brother over here, and his brother's, well, close to death, but I'm actually considering demanding his conversion here. We'll see if he asks for anything in return, and we'll see if we give it. But I think for this one, we're not going to demand his conversion because we're probably going to revoke this title from him in the not too far future. It's going to take 4 years before we can revoke the title, or before we get the claim, and we have to wait till the truce runs down after 5 years. So the timing on that should be fine. So there we go. Crete is looking pretty good. We got our holdings in Greece. We've got the island of Crete, and then we have Carthage as well, which is currently being turned Greek and should be Greek in about 2 years or so. That is when our very capable steward here, Mayor Sabas, should be done promoting the culture there. So I'm looking forward to that. That will be useful and helpful to us, because it is actually it's actually probably the best holding that we have, other than the fact that it's not of our religion and our culture. So if we can get it to our culture, all the better, and then we'll convert it over once we get an opportunity to do that. Now, you will remember in the last episode, we did have a few more children, and I asked you guys for some names for them. One of them being Princess Helen here, and just fitting with that name that we gave her, she has the comely trait, so she is obviously going to grow up to be a beautiful woman, just like Helen of Troy, and that will be pretty fitting. Hopefully she won't start any massive continent-spanning wars, but, you know, we'll see, I guess. But we also have young Prince Odysseus here. I left this one up to vote on the YouTube channel, and you guys voted for Prince Odysseus. There were some pretty good options there. I quite liked them all, and I'll probably use some of those if we have any more sons in the future. It's possible, considering at this point that we've had our son, and you know, we're going to be having a male character for our next character, which, you know, I was hoping we would play the Alexandra, but, you know, I've resigned myself to the fact that we'll be playing as Odysseus, and honestly, he'll probably end up being a good character because he's got that intelligence trait, so that's pretty good. But we might have some more sons. I'm not gonna dismiss our concubine, Gloat, here, because we get along really well, and she's spared us 2 daughters already, and, you know, I don't really see any reason why we would get rid of her at this point. It doesn't really make sense. She's probably a trusted confidant of us, and yeah, I think we'll keep her around for now. But we won't get any other concubines. I don't see the need for it, and I don't think Hypatios would really see the need for it either. Another important event happened in that last episode, and that was that our brother, Despot Bosporios of Magna Graecia, did die. He died in a camp during the war with Athens, the last of our brothers, and that was a sad day indeed. Died at the age of 30. Let's look at the ages of our brothers when they died. So we have Prince Gabriel, died at age of 10. Then we have Pontus of Crete, died at age of 16. Then Apollonios died at age 17. And our brother Bosporios dead at age 30. So the males of this family just not doing too well. And he had a son too who died at 1 year of age. So yeah, Odysseus, you are going to have to try to, you know, avoid the family curse that seems to be befalling us. In any case, Bosporius' daughter, Despotissa Nikerete, has taken over, named after our mother. And I was looking for some suggestions on what we wanted to do here. And, you know, one of the options was, we do have a claim on Magna Graecia. One of the options was to say, like, come in by force and, like, take it over and kind of usher it in as, like, a steward / Lord Regent type of thing. I think that option does make sense in some ways, but I kind of prefer the other option, and I feel like it's more fitting with the way we've been playing Hypatios, and that is to essentially guide the young Despotissa to get this alliance, to be a guide to her, and to, you know, let her rule in her own right. So how are we going to do that? Well, there's two things that I want to do here, and both of them were suggested in the comments. I do read all the comments from the videos, and you guys have some great suggestions. I love reading the comments, and you guys give so much extra context to the story that I kind of miss when I'm just playing the game. So keep them coming because I really enjoy reading them. It's a big part of the reason why I continue making these videos. So but what we're going to do here is we're going to offer her guardianship. We're going to do it ourselves. Obviously, she will not accept, but we have a hook on her because we're the house head. And we are going to use that to gain the guardianship over her. So we're going to raise her to be a ruler ourselves. She's getting the diplomacy education right now, but we have extremely high diplomacy because of our wife as well. And, you know, we've got gregarious, diligent, humble, all that stuff. So we're pretty diplomatic as well. We'll be able to teach her good. The other thing, and I was on the fence about this. We're going to let the time pass there for a sec. There we go. So she accepts. The other thing that I was on the fence about here was arranging a marriage between her and my new son and heir, Prince Odysseus. The reason why I was hesitating, I mean, obviously cousin marriage is, you know, accepted in the medieval times. That's not really a big deal. But she is 10 years older than our son. I feel like that kind of marriage where the woman would be 10 years older than her, you know, potential male spouse is probably not very common historically. But I think we could possibly make an exception in this case, and purely because of our situation. And our situation is that there's two Hellenic kingdoms within the Eastern Roman Empire, and the emperor is not Hellenic, he is Orthodox, and they will obviously be looking for opportunities to act against us and to, you know, convert us, to reduce the power of these two powerful Hellenic kingdoms. And so we have to stick together. We need to solidify. We can't break off because that's going to allow the emperor to split us up and pick us off one by one. So I think in this case, it does make sense to arrange this marriage. And, you know, the fact that the kids will probably have some good chance of getting some good traits, you know, maybe some bad traits as well. But we will see. I think this should be fine, though. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that we just need to protect the Hellenic people and the power that we've gained over this short period of time. So we're going to arrange that as well. Ah, faith is too strong to be swayed by us. I'd rather attain my award in heaven. I can appreciate that, Dionysos Scaleros. I can appreciate that. But, you know, that is your choice. So we're going to let the time pass here. There we go. And see, now we get the alliance because of that as well, which is exactly what we wanted. So now the kingdoms are solidified once again. And if Despotissa Nicorete and Prince Odysseus have any children, then they will inherit both kingdoms and any future kingdoms that we get as well. So that should be a pretty powerful way to bring these kingdoms back together without having to go in and take it over ourselves. I don't think that really made sense for us. And I like this option quite a bit better. So there we go. Who knows what's going to happen in the meantime, you know? Like I said, Prince Odysseus, he could be affected by that curse. So you never know. So what are we going to do? Well, obviously our next kind of options that we're looking at is namely to expand here around Carthage. We'll probably have some opportunities for that soon. And we're really going to be looking for an opportunity to declare war against the Egyptian kingdom here. I don't think we have the forces to do that just yet, but I think we will be able to get to that point. If he breaks off this alliance, or if this alliance with Blemia is broken, then we'll definitely have a chance. Or if he gets into a war with somebody reasonably powerful, like the Isaids would probably just crush him if they wanted to. But even, you know, some of these places like Wawan or, you know, things like that, like they can potentially muster up some troops that could just weaken them just enough. But what I want to check here is indeed our truce with the Aghlabids is over. So we can potentially get another county here. Now we still can't get the duchies because we are not quite. Oh, we're very close. You know what? We're gonna wait. We're gonna try to get some prestige here because we're very close to illustrious, and then we can start declaring wars for duchies. So in the meantime, what are we gonna do? We are going to we should probably pay homage to the emperor. And we're not going to give him anything. We're just going to pay homage. I don't think there's really any point of stopping there. We're just going to head straight in. We do need a caravan master. Who's going to be our caravan master? Anatolios has a good mixture here, so I think we'll pick him. There we go. Not going to spend a lot of money. We're just going to head straight over there. Pay homage. Hopefully the emperor will accept, and then we can kind of continue on as is. So let's speed up time so our little boat can sail a little bit faster here, you know, making its way through the islands. Maybe we stop off somewhere really nice, like pop over, you know, to Lesbos here and, you know, have a few drinks and enjoy the scenery or whatever, you know, just enjoy our little journey here to the capital. Oh wow, look at his court. That is impressive. That is an impressive court you got here. He's not even here. Where is he? I don't know. But in any case, we are going to be ushered into Akakios's Great Hall, and we will kneel at his feet, or I guess in this case, kneel at the throne because the emperor's busy or something like that. The empress is here, but we will make our oaths to the throne in this case. The ceremony is complete, and we are accepted in our homage, and the emperor reiterates our rights to rule the lands of Crete. So that is good, and I don't see why he wouldn't. We are, despite the fact that we are a Hellenic vassal, we're still very useful to the emperor. I mean, taking Carthage here was huge. Obviously, we are solidifying southern Italy, which is also huge. So, you know, the emperor has a lot of reason to want to keep us around. So we're going to go down the theologian tree. You guys know why. We're trying to get to profit over here. So we've got 1, 2, 3 more to go. And it looks like we should actually easily be able to get there. So once we do, our reformation cost is going to go way down. So we might be able to reform the faith with Hypatios here. That is, I mean, that would be ideal. So if we get the opportunity to do so, we probably will. But there we go. We have returned home, and we can prepare for our conquest here, because I do believe, indeed, we have gained the illustrious level of fame. So now we can declare duchy claims, which is going to be exactly what we're going to want to do. First, I'm going to hold court, because holding court is important, and maybe we'll get some good events. So let's see who is first in line to approach. We have Aliyah here. A peasant woman stands before me, informing the court of her plea. The recent war took a toll on the countryside, and we're not sure who the culprit was, but they looted an important cultural site to us Baranis in Cortania. Please, we beseech you, spare some of your resources so we can see it restored. The peasant ends her request with a clumsy bow, a clear indicator of their lowborn status. You shall receive the funds necessary for the restoration. Use the remaining materials for other buildings. Or we can afford to... This is a tough decision. I think we are going to give them the money because we want to keep a tight hold on Carthage, and it is pretty far away from all the rest of our holdings. We need to do what we can to try to keep peace there. I think that makes sense. And, you know, considering our character traits, humble, gregarious, all that kind of stuff, I think it makes sense. My lord, my steward, Mayor Saba speaks up. I propose a cadastral survey. Oh, great. Spend more money. Good idea. Take Glaude and Alexandra with you. Oh, okay. Interesting. Comitas, help out. So we could send our daughter along with our concubine on this survey. This would be a great opportunity to let your daughter Alexandra gain some experience in math and geometry on the field. Allow us to tag along. Oh yes, because Gloat is my court tutor. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, sure. You know what? This man, he can be trusted here. You know, he's zealous, trusting, humble. He's a good man. A gardener. I think we can trust them. We'll obviously send some guards as well. But yeah, I think that should be fine. Comitas, help out. Yeah, all right. There we go. The woman who approaches my throne is clearly a commoner. My lord, I represent the local community of Heraklion. In the last few months, our cemeteries have been plagued with the disappearance of bodies. And it is because of Dionysios. Well, Dionysios, look, I tried, you're a good court physician, but you have just, not only did you insult our wife, you'll remember in the last episode, he insulted our wife, but now taking bodies? Blasphemy. We're under arrest. Sorry, but we're gonna need a new court physician because this guy just cannot be trusted. Speaking of prisoners, we do have this man, Nifon Basilakios. He was the peasant leader, the big peasant leader who fought us in that war, in that little civil war. You know what? I think we might be able to make him, you know, one of our knights here. Yeah, I think that would be pretty good. Because he's a good warrior. You know, our father was a peasant leader. He seems, you know, brave at the very least and quite strong. So we'll release him from prison and we will give him essentially we're going to demand that he fights in our armies. And, you know, that's gonna have to be just how it is. Looks like the Emperor is at war with, let's see here. Oh, the Georgians. Well, sorry, Georgia, but yeah, you ain't gonna last long there, I am afraid. So, we need a new court physician. Is there anybody who can take over that job that we don't have to bring in? No, not really. So, we're gonna have to search for a physician here. Spend more money, great. In any case, what we want to do is to expand our holdings and secure Carthage even better, which means conquering the Duchy of the Islids here. So we're going to get a couple more territories, you know, around Carthage. That should be pretty ideal. That'll give us a nice little holding here right on the northern point. So 2,000 troops. Oh yeah, we've got this pretty well in hand. He's got an ally, but I don't think they will be too much trouble here. So we're gonna deal with that. We're gonna call in the forces of Magna Graecia. Essentially, we're probably going to lead them ourselves. And let's see here. We are going to raise our armies. Can we just raise them in Carthage itself? Probably. But it looks like we have an enemy army there, so let's raise them all here. Perfect. I think we'll be okay. Court physicians here. We've got Romain Sabaritios or Kyriaki. Oh, she's good. Kyriaki is good. Pays 50. You know what? Excellent aptitude. I would rather not risk having a terrible court physician. We'll pay the money. It's going to be pretty helpful to us. So, okay. So an enemy ally has joined the war. So they don't have enough troops here to, well, you know what? They've got, yeah, it's actually reasonably close. Should we, you know, call in our alliance with Zahumlia? I mean, we get called into alliance wars all the time. We might as well actually use our own alliances here. So let's just ensure our success here by calling in our allies. And we're going to head over to the enemy capital here in Kairouan. And looks like our forces will be... Ooh, another mental break. Strong and resist these impulses. Do we turn... I just don't see us as a character who... like would become a drunkard, a diligent character. I just don't see it. The lash though, flagellant. That seems the catharsis of self-flagellation. I don't really see that either, honestly. I think we're just going to be strong and resist the impulses. There we go. So we take another stress relief or stress break here. So yeah, I think we're just going to. Stress is just a fact of life for our character. I think that's almost probably his most important trait, is that he's just extremely stressed out all of the time. So, not really sure where the enemy army is. Probably running around here in fear. But we will see if they dare to even face us in battle. I suspect they probably will not. Oh, Gloat is pregnant. Ah, very good. We'll see if she has a son or not. But hopefully another daughter. That would be... Ah, there we go. The Catastra is completed. My lord, you might remember that a month ago and you invested a large sum of gold. Yeah, we did invest a large sum of gold. Every held county development increases by a 35 and we gain some prestige. All right, that's all right. I am not opposed to that at all. Sometimes you just got to take a census, you know? I took Nikerete out playing with a bow, and to my surprise, she ran into a wounded doe. She did not hesitate in the slightest to bring it down. Greatness awaits you. Ooh, she could be ambitious. Yeah, all right. Let her be ambitious. Ooh, our friend Theochariste died. Oh, no. Look at our stress. My God. We are going to need to do something about that. Maybe we should have become a drunkard, honestly. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out here. All right, so we took the enemy capital. And we captured his daughter. All right, so we'll use that to our advantage. Uh-oh. The hustle and bustle is palpable among the traveling merchant stalls. The temporary shacks are stacked to the rafters and contain all manner of knickknacks. These pieces are positively radiant and would make a lovely gift. As I walk by one of the merchants peddling jewelry, I hesitate and lean in for a closer look. Perhaps one of these would brighten the day for my cherished despotisa, Rikiza or Glot. A bangle fit for my sensible... Oh my... So much... Why settle for one? We don't have this money. The gift of my company is bright enough. We're already going into debt because of this war. We've got two main problems. Stress and money. And both of those probably rebound upon each other. So, it is what it is. A notable guest. Huh. Okay. We're being called into a war here in Hungary. Probably another civil war if I were to have my guess. We will accept, but we're a little bit busy, Hungary, as you can probably tell. Looks like the sieges are going well. Oh, and our wife is pregnant too. We're gonna have a lot of kids. Okay, that's fine. The one nice thing is that because our holdings are kind of spread out, we're not gonna break off into a bunch of separate kingdoms, because we don't hold enough territory to form any kingdoms. So that might change in the future, but for now, it is pretty okay. Ah, but here we had another daughter. Let's go with, I think Stefania. But if you have a better suggestion for the name, drop it in the chat. You know how it works. I don't come up with the names, you guys do. So here we go. Yeah, we're in debt. That's fine. All right, let's go. Sultan Ablarion. You know, this has happened. Ooh, a pewter spoon. This could save. You know what? Pewter spoon is that I'm very fond to use. Yeah, all right. We're going to take this, but we're probably immediately going to find somebody who could use a good pewter spoon. And we're going to sell that. So there we go. Destroy the artifact. We gain a little bit of money. That is saving us a lot right now because we were really struggling there. So here it is. Ablarion once again. Oh, I didn't put us in charge of the army, but unfortunately for him, I don't think that's going to make a big difference. His army is going to get crushed. He is a good man, but he is not a good war leader. Yeah, his army was absolutely destroyed there. We're going to go down, finish with the sieges. And that should be the end of that, I suspect. We will hold a nice little chunk here of Northern Africa, and after all is said and done, Carthage will be secure, or more secure than it was before anyways. So the siege ticks down. We'll look at the events, but I don't know if there was anything of importance. Yeah, nothing too important. Anything to look at here? No. Huh. There is a rather infamous courtesan named Apollonia who has settled down in Hania, where she plies her trade, so to speak. She is famous even in foreign lands for her talents and beauty, and it has helped enhance the mystique of Hania to potential travelers. I had the opportunity to meet her when I visited the town she was staying at on some official business, as she was invited, by the host himself, to a feast I attended there. I must admit she is a charming lady. Let's take a look at her. She is obviously very beautiful. Arrogant, callous, content. Interesting traits for a courtesan. She is a courtesan after all, and not some random harlot. I would pay for a memorable night with her if she's willing. Oh, boy. Tempted purely because of the stress relief from this. Paid for the service. Yeah, you know what? We have to do this. We need the stress relief here. You know, we're struggling so much. We're here, like, we're fighting this war. We have an opportunity to spend a night with a very beautiful courtesan. Why not? Honestly, why not? We'll, you know, the women in our life who care for us, not going to be a big fan of it, but, you know, it's just what happens when when you're in such a situation as this. Not that I condone that, but I think it makes sense for the character. In any case, we're hugely in debt once again. Oh, we have another son. Well, I think going by what we had a little poll, like I mentioned, to pick out the names. So I think, if I remember correctly, the second name in the poll was Hyperion. So here we go. We have a son named Prince Hyperion, and he's a good-looking kid as well. So that will hopefully do him well in the future. If we have another son, we'll go to the next name in the poll and use that until all those names are used up. In any case, the sieges are quite close to done. Ablarion, it's just poor Ablarion the Merciful. He's such a good ruler. Like, in any other circumstances, this guy, like, great traits, great stats. Everything about him is just really good. But unfortunately for him, he just happens to hold land that we wish to hold. Well, there we go. So be it. And look at that nice little chunk of Crete that we have here, and we have that duchy title now. So, oh, but it's being held by this man. Do we revoke the title? We cannot revoke title. Oh, he's got title revocation. Huh. Well, you're gonna have to convert at the very least, and we're gonna keep holding the title, or the lands of Carthage here, so at the very least we're gonna demand his conversion. We'll see if he accepts. And I suppose we should send our, oh my gosh, Hungary. Actually, you know, Hungary's probably got this one, but we'll send our troops in to help anyways, led by our faithful knight. Oh, he will not accept. Well, that probably means you're going to lose your lands at some point here, I'm afraid. With her coming of age, my tuition of Alexandros is at an end. A natural administrator from birth, it should surprise no one that Alexandra has come far in her studies and of the management of the realm. Not content with understanding the flow of wealth and people, she seems capable of predicting it as if by instinct. She always finds a new way of profiting off of it too. She would have been such a good character. You look at her traits: forgiving, just, gregarious. Those are good traits. And now she's got the Midas touch, so pretty decent all around. In any case, she is to be wed. Oh boy, the stress. My head is really itchy. Uh-oh, do we have lice? I'll try to ignore it. Yeah, I think we'll just, I mean, we both options. We're just gonna, we gotta scratch it. It looks like we got lice. There we go. The marriage proposal is accepted, and yeah, this, so far things look to be going pretty okay, I would say. You know, we can also probably, we did find this little item here. We're not gonna use it actually. I want to go back to my Lambe thing. I want to sell this. We need the money. We really, really, really need the money here. So there we go. We're gonna sell that artifact that we captured in the siege. And yeah, we're gonna need to find somebody to give out a title to and continue this war to assist our allies in Hungary. But we're gonna do all that in the next episode. Until then, thank you for watching.